Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up n8n in your local machine using Docker. And I'll also show you how to connect your application to a free, static, and secure domain from Ngrok. So before we proceed, I expect that you have downloaded Docker Desktop. So I already have it in my system, but you can just search for Docker Desktop. And then you click on this link for installation. Then you'll have the options to install. So you go with the first option. And then apart from Docker, I'll also be using Visual Studio Code Editor. So just search for Visual Studio Code Editor or download, and you'll get to this link here. Then you'll be able to choose the operating system. So I'm using Windows, and I have downloaded one for Windows. So you'll just download and follow the prompts when you click on the file that you've downloaded. Then after you've done that, we can proceed with the configuration now. I'll quickly just create a folder on my desktop. I just call it n8n, then ngrok. Then I'll open this folder using Visual Studio Code Editor. So I'll click on Show More, and I have an option here to open with VS Code. Then after doing that, you can see that this folder doesn't have anything. So I did all my research and pushed all the configuration files to GitHub. Then I'll also leave the link to this GitHub repo in the description of the video so that you're able to access these files. So we are going to be using Docker Compose. So if you download Docker Desktop, it's going to come with the Docker Compose. So I'll proceed and create the files. The first file you're supposed to create is known as Docker Compose.yml or a YAML. So it's a YAML file. So I'll just go to Visual Studio, then right click on this space and click on New File. Then I'm going to type docker compose.yml. If I click anywhere, that file is going to be created. Then I'll go back to GitHub, click on the file to open it, and you'll find that it has a code here. So I'll just copy this code. So I'll copy that, come back and paste it here. You also need to create another file known as .env. That is where you're going to store all your environment variables and also your secrets. So the same procedure, you right click, then create a new file, and you'll be able to create .env. Then you'll go to the link so that you'll be able to access again my GitHub repo. Then click on example.env. So there's this code. I want you to copy that code. Then come back to .env and paste it there. Then Control S to save. Every other time you want to save, you click on Control button, then you you click on S. That is going to save for you. So a quick run through. These are the only files that you're supposed to create. So I'm just going to explain what I have done here, maybe just to zoom my code so that it's visible. So I have two services here. These services are going to run two containers. One is going to run n8n instance, and the other one is going to run ngrok instance. So my Docker container is going to run internally at port 5678, and the expose is the same port. And I'm telling the container to use the variables or the credentials from the .env file. And then there's one part that I have hard coded, which is the Ngrok part. This section here, this is a free domain that Ngrok provides to you when you create an account with them or you sign up with them. So let me show you how to get such a domain. So this one is unique to my account, so you're not going to get exactly the same domain as this, but a different one. So I'll just go to my browser and search for Ngrok. Then I'll log in because I've already signed up. So when you log in, there is this in setup and installation, and you can see there are different areas you can use Ngrok, or different ways you can run Ngrok. So you can run it using agents. You can also run it using SDKs or programming languages, Node.js, Rust, Python, and so on, and also in the infrastructure. So the method that I used is a Docker. I remember for you to be able to use Docker within your Windows machine or a Mac machine, you need to install Docker Desktop. So I had instructed you to do that in the introduction of the video. So you'll need to run it. So I'll just run my Docker Desktop. Then as we wait for it to spin up, let me just take you to the domain section of my Ngrok. So if you click on the domains, you'll see that my domain appears here, but I actually created this. So if you are visiting this for the first time, you'll not find this domain indicated here. So you'll have to click on new domain. Then you'll be provided with a new domain. Then the other thing that I will want to show you is the authentication. You'll need to get authentication token. Of course, when you create an account, this will provide it to you. So this is my auth token. I'm just going to reveal that because after recording the video, I'm going to reset it. So I don't have any security concerns here, because after resetting, this is going to be useless to anyone who wants to misuse my system or my credentials. So we proceed and do the Ngrok authentication. So I'll copy this, then go to the environment variable, a section where I'm doing the Ngrok configuration. I'll just paste that authentication token there, then Control S to save. Then for the time zone, I'm in Kenya, so I'll be using Nairobi. So let me just paste that there. Then the other things that I need to update in these environment variables are the Docker configurations. So this remains as HTTP, not Docker, but n8n configurations. We are serving it through HTTP because we are serving it with the local host and the port 5687. Then we expect it to communicate with all kinds of IP addresses or receive communication from Ngrok so that we are able to tunnel our domain. Then the webhook URL, when you want to connect this to maybe Google, or you want the triggers from maybe Slack, of course you expect this to be your domain. So the webhook URL is going to be my domain from Ngrok, which is this one here. So maybe I should just click on that and copy that domain. So it's the same domain that I have put here. Then you'll also need to pass the n8 editor URL, which is just the same as the domain. And then the view app URL base is remain as /. Then the allowed origin is also going to be the domain, so you just paste your domain there that you've got from Ngrok. And I think everything else remains the same. So I think the Docker desktop is up, and I have images here that I have downloaded automatically when I start up my Docker Compose. So I'll just delete this so that we do everything from scratch. I think these images are being used right now, so I'll just delete the containers that are using it. So I'll come back to the images and delete them. So let's give it a few seconds to delete. You don't have to do this because you're doing this for the first time. So after just starting up your Docker desktop and signing up, connecting your account, then you'll come back to the code editor or the text editor and click on start up the terminal or open the terminal. Let me just zoom back a little. So when you zoom back, you'll find that the terminal is appearing at the top left of your screen. So click on that and you'll be able to open a new terminal. So after you've done the whole setup, it's very easy. You'll just use one command to spin up your Docker configuration or Docker application, which is now the n8n and the ngrok for the domain. So the command is only docker compose app. Then you pass the flags to build it, and you want to run it in a detached mode so that even if you kill the Visual Studio, your application is going to be running in the background as long as the Docker desktop is up. So after typing that, just press enter, and this is going to pull the images necessary for the n8n and also the ngrok. So you can see that I have declared the images here, and this is going to come from Docker Hub. I have also declared the image for ngrok here, and this is also going to come from Docker Hub. This is going to take some time, maybe 30 seconds or even a minute, so just be patient with me. So after pulling everything and starting the containers, then the application is going to be available. So let's just patiently wait for this to spin up. So the ngrok image is already pulled, so it's still pulling the n8n. We are almost there. Let's be patient a little bit. If you already have the images pulled in your system, then this process is going to be very short. And the reason why it's taking time is because it's downloading the images. But once you've done it for the first time, then the second time you're doing it, it's going to take like maybe 3 seconds. And your app will be online again. So every other time you switch on your machine and you want your app to be online, you'll just come to your area where you have saved your folder, you right click, then you open with the code, this section here with the Visual Studio Code. So with code, if you don't get this option, the other option of opening that is right clicking on it, then open in the terminal. Then after you've opened it in the terminal, you just type the word code, then space, then period, then enter. And that is going to automatically open your Visual Studio Code editor. So you can see that everything has been pulled, networks have been created, the volumes, the containers, and the Ngrok is started. So this means that the app is now available. If you want to pull it down or stop it from running in the background, you'll just type the command docker compose down like that, and everything is going to be stopped. So I want to run this in debug mode so that we are able to see the logs. So to do that, you just type docker docker compose, then up. We don't add the flags, you just type that command and you see the container started instantly. So docker is running, and you can even see that editor is now accessible via this domain. So when you click on the control button in your keyboard, so press it down and use your left key to click on this, and that is going to open your browser. So it's opening the app, and you can see that the app is running. So ignore this. I think there is a glitch in the latest image of Docker. So you'll be able to do the setup. Just put your email, put your desired password. Let me just make sure I have put the correct password that I can remember. So after putting your password, you'll click this, check it if you want, but I'll just click on next. And that is going to take me through the setup process. So I'll just click on any, then get started. And I'll skip this for now. And you can see that I'm on my dashboard, so I don't have anything new. So if you look at your domain, it's secure, and the connection is also indicated there, so you can see connection is secure. So I can go ahead and create a workflow. And in my workflow, the one thing that I want to test and be sure is the webhook URL. So to test the webhook URL, I'll click on maybe on webhook call. And you can see that you are given provided with your URLs. So the test and the production URL, let me just zoom this. So if you look at my URL, it's actually indicating my domain, and there is no prefix of any port at the end of the domain, which means everything is correct. So let me close this and try to link my Gmail account here so that I'm able to receive triggers or trigger a workflow when I receive a new email from my Gmail account. So I'll just visit console.cloud.google.com and I will search for credentials so that I'm able to connect my Gmail through the out client. So credentials, and then within the credentials I have a lot of them here already, and I'll probably create a new credential, and it's out client. The web, application type is going to be web application. Then authorize the redirect URLs. I'll choose the test one. So click on this, then type search for Gmail. On a message received, I need to create a new credential here, and auth0 is the one which is recommended. So you even see that we have a redirect URL that is created for you here, and it doesn't have a port indicated, which is very correct. So I'll click on that to copy that URL and add it here in the redirect URLs. And then I'll create this. So don't worry about my credentials appearing here because I'll still delete this application after recording the video. So I need client secret, if I'm not wrong, client secret and client ID. So I'll copy the client ID first, then come paste it here. Then I'll do the same for the client secret. So I'll copy client secret, then paste it there. And then I'll also save first. And before I do that, I need to connect it with Google. So if you haven't done this before, you understand that after creating your auth client, you need to come to the auth consent screen. Just a minute, auth consent screen. Then under the auth consent screen, which is taking time to open, you go to the audience and make sure that the email that you want to authenticate with is indicated here as a test user. So you just click add user under test users. So this is the same email that is running my Google console. Then after doing that, I'll just go back to my credentials and click on the web app client like that, and you can see everything is there. Then the other part is make sure if you're using a Gmail, then you need the Gmail API enabled. So if I search for Gmail API, so let it load, you can see that my API is enabled. So I'll come back to my n8n now and sign in with Google, which is going to bring this pop-up. Then I click on my email that I've listed as the test user, then click on continue, and I'm going to select everything, and I'll continue like that. So the connection is successful. Then I'll just click on the space. I'll not save this. I'll just run a test event here, fetch a test event, and it's going to maybe fetch one email from my Gmail account, and you can see that there is this Gmail here, which is very correct. So it means that everything is working and the app is correctly configured and you're ready to do your tests. But I recommend in production, you'll probably want to get a server that is running 24/7 so that if there are any triggers or webhooks connected to your external applications, they'll be able to connect. The disadvantages of hosting everything locally, it means that if you have any challenges with your internet connection, or you have issues with the power supply, then some of the things within the application will not work well, because sometimes the app will be off due to internet issues or due to power issues. So you can get maybe a server VPS, then you can do the hosting there. So that is it for this video. Thank you for taking your time to watch the video. See you in the next one.